We apparently were live. Oh, our
Hello,
opening
everyone.
video didn't work. Okay, let me do it manually then. I'm very disappointed. It didn't work.
The video doesn't work. Oh, no.
There you are. We had to do it manually.
Oh, well. And today we're talking about what do spirits tell us about the other side?
And more importantly, can you believe them?
That's true. Yes.
Or to put it another way, what happens to you when you're dead? To use the Scottish terminology.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, well, news times, I suppose, first. First off, just to repeat what we've been mumbling about for the last two streams, please, 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 if you're seeing this on Facebook, go find us on YouTube for one very simple reason. Facebook announced at the end of 30 days ago, well, not quite 30 days ago, about a month and a half ago, that all live broadcasts, all live streamed events will be deleted from Facebook after 30 days. So Devi and I have been busy shouting at each other for what, 4 months?
Like 8 months, maybe. No, 6 months at least.
6 months, yeah. We've been doing these live streams for 6 months, these conversations. We have covered so many topics, I can't even remember all of them. A whole library of stuff that you could have been going back and looking at. Some of it's actually got a lot of training material in it. So we're not just sitting here pulling our hair, like those of us that have got here.
Yeah, watch me pulling my hair, yeah.
However, good old Google, you can find us on YouTube. It's at Scottish Medium. 2 words, Scottish Medium.
And then just click follow on YouTube, and you'll get to make sure you see all of our videos.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. We're doing these conversations. This month we've already launched the walks with Marc and Ying in Scotland. So that's me and my wife going around nice historical places. Castles, Devi, castles. There's only one actually been broadcast, streamed so far. We originally were going to do them live, but it was just proved too difficult to do it. So we're doing them as videos, editing, and then you're getting the length of the video is very unpredictable. It depends where we are, what kind of material we've got. I mean, if you want me walking up and down a hill for 2 hours, then fine, you can sit and watch me walking up and down a hill for 2 hours. Or if you want me to cut it down to the actual castle bits, then you get the castle bits. Anyway, you get the idea of what we're doing there. The other one was Cards with Marc. So that's me showing off cameras, technology. I mean, you can probably see from the wonderful screen that I've got compared to the wonderful screen behind the bald woman. I'm on about hair tonight. I've got a fixation about it. But I thought she was going to say something there. She complains that I keep talking and I go quiet and she doesn't say anything.
My office is a little neater than yours, which is why you have the green screen behind you.
Yeah, there is that. Anyway, it's more about showing off technology and showing off my card collection. Did one stream. Nobody came forward for a card reading. Very disappointing.
I was busy. Oops.
Well, what's the point if I'm only giving a card reading to Devi? I mean, come on, people.
Maybe I will inspire other people to log on.
Yeah, that's true. So if you want a card reading, look for Cards with Marc. Go to the event, search for the event, search for it there. Go to Google, you'll find it all. You'll find the dates there. Or subscribe for a newsletter, marcstuartmedium.com/newsletter. Fill out the form. It's your name, your email address, and you will put you on the newsletter list. Then you'll get newsletters about everything that we do to the point that you'll be very quickly sending us a message back saying, stop, stop, stop.
Oh, too much. No, it's not too much. It's once a month, maybe twice a month if there's something important.
Yeah. Right, so those events are now running. That's pretty much about it on the news front. We have stopped, we've changed. Oh, yeah, the other major bit. I'll let you watch the advert. It can or deliver real evidence. That's why a mediumship business is more valuable than ever. Join a. It might also help if I ran it from the beginning.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's live. We're making mistakes. I mean,
that's because Whitney's not here today.
Yeah.
She's the one who's supposed to be doing this. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, from the beginning, AI is here, but it can never do what a medium does. It can't connect with spirit or deliver real evidence. That's why a mediumship business is more valuable than ever. Join a free Zoom training circle. We'll have you connected in just one go and leave you imagining where we can take you in 6 months. Ready to take the next step in your mediumship journey? Use the link below to book your free spot at our next open workshop and circle. Secure your place now and start your journey with us. Right. I put that up because there's actually a number of different things for news-wise. Number one, we have cut down the number of circles that we're doing.
Yes.
We were doing 2 a week. We're now doing 2 a month. And we're changing the format of the circles. They used to be small training circles. We're now turning them into big open circles. Now, that means that more people can attend. It'll generate more energy, but it also means fewer people are going to get a chance to be trained and to work. Still an experiment of which version to the other, but to be absolutely honest, I am just getting so tired, not of doing it, but of just physically tired, doing 2 circles a week, plus the streaming events, plus I'm buying a new business, plus running all the other business bits.
It was getting a little overwhelming.
Yeah, had to do something. It was either stop or it was re-engineer, so we've re-engineered it. This is the first month we've started it. So far, it does seem to be working. So that's the first bit. Second bit is we keep talking about AI. Well, I'm doing something fairly big. I am actually getting the marketing side of the business, Gaelic marketing for mediums, to actually start working on chatbots for mediums. Now, no, these are not going to be giving readings, but these are, when we train somebody, the full 6-month training circle, we give them websites. Those websites are going to have chatbots so that when people come along and ask questions about the medium, that chatbot will be trained for that specific medium. These are mediums that we've worked with long term, so we know how to program them. And it's going to basically, it's going to turn people with our websites into mega marketing for themselves because they're going to have 24/7 customer service. These things will even book readings for them. Haven't launched them yet, still playing around with them, but I'll probably be putting one up on my own website fairly soon. So watch this space. Devi will get one once I know I'm happy with it.
He's got to do the beta testing. Then I get one.
Yeah, but seriously, not only will we be describing ourselves as the only marketing agency for mediums, but we'll be describing ourselves as the AI specialist for mediums as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the news. Devi, off you go. Talk for 20 minutes while I go to sleep.
Off I go. Well, okay, so what really happens after you die? What are you told? And apparently Mark and I never really discussed this before, and then our talk realized that we don't agree. So this should be a little contentious and exciting for everyone. Both of us do kind of divide everybody mediums into 2 groups. The one that say that they talk to God directly, or the Archangel Michael or Gabriel, and that they have special angels that speak to them. Most of that is
and by special angels we mean angels out of the Bible. You know, we're not talking about an angelic being. You know,
no, we're talking about biblical angels. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's mostly symbolism that they're picking up, and that it's not really that.
Yeah, basically, I sum it up. I would subdivide it into 2 categories: the ones that are crazy and should be locked up, and I mean, I'm not being abusive. I'm being sarcastic.
Some of them are a little, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even.
We get some of them coming into the training circle, and within 60 seconds, Devi and I are private texting each other, get rid of her, get rid of them. We don't want to sit through this for the next 2 hours. The other ones, yes, they're getting. I mean, think about it. If you have a religious background, let's say you grew up in the Southern Ireland in the Catholic Church, everything is Catholic Church, everything is priests and robes. So it's only natural that your spirit guides, your spirits are going to use symbolism that you can understand. And for a lot of mediums, they understand it. But some of them literally think, oh my God, Jesus is speaking to me.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was real. We're not joking.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one group. The other group, and Devi and I agree on that group.
Yeah.
The group we disagree on, or the thing we disagree about, is what you have to do on the other side. Devi?
Well, you say what you think first, and then I will discredit it.
Okay. Do not misinterpret what I'm about to say. I'm not saying there's a currency of money, but you have to earn your living on the other side. Now, think of it maybe more as a barter system as opposed to a currency system. You want to do things, you want to progress, you have to train, and as part of that training, you have to work. Let's put it that way. That's maybe less contentious than saying you
I
get an
don't
hour
say
break.
work. I don't like the idea of work, because you're not working. What you're doing is what all ancestors do, which is helping other people.
And how else do you define that if you're helping somebody? I call that work.
It shouldn't be work. It's volunteering.
Yeah, that's work.
No.
Yeah, you're doing an activity that's got a start time and end time.
Who says it has a start time and end time? My guys don't clock on and off.
Didn't say clock on, but they're doing okay. We have a concept of time, they don't, but we have to put it in terminology that we can understand. So they are doing an activity where they are serving, call it, you can use whatever terminology you want. They're serving the greater good, they're helping people, they're training people, they're getting involved in synchronistic events for people. And those are only the ones that are coming down to the earthly plane. Remember, they outnumber us by about 20 to 1.
Yes,
the
and
vast
they
majority of
need
them,
janitors and fast food workers too.
yeah, I mean, we've got no idea what happens on the other side. We've got no idea the mechanics of how it all works.
No.
And yet, I mean, for the sake of argument, in about another 2 years' time, we're not going to have accountants or lawyers. Well, maybe we will have, but they're not going to be sitting doing the kind of work they're doing now. AI is going to take over. Office work, AI is going to take over. I mean, that's the advertising campaign we do. Hi, Patrick. Nice to see you.
Hi, Patrick.
But essentially, it's going to be people sitting at home, relaxing, being creative, writing music. That's the theory. I define that as work as well. You're doing something productive.
Well, I don't define that as work. Just because you're productive doesn't mean it's work.
Okay, let's agree on the terminology of being productive then.
Okay, we can say you've got to be productive.
So you're doing an activity to be productive. So my contention is you get paid for it. Now, I'm not saying that you get paid in money. I'm saying you get paid in rewards.
You get merit badges.
Yeah, okay, call it merit badges. Whatever. Those merit badges either can be traded in for something else, or alternatively, you use it to move forward. Hi, Payne. So we've got
Hi, Neil.
Having a conversation there. So does anybody want to disagree? Come on, the two of you. Do you agree with me, or do you agree
with me? Because I'm right.
With me.
No, nobody really knows what goes on over there. I have just, in all the spirits I've talked to, and even the ones that I've been close to long term, nobody has ever mentioned work to me.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Or getting paid, or getting an exchange for an exchange.
Devi, let me use a metaphor. You know how good I am with my metaphors. You've got a daughter, right?
Yes.
Remember back to when she was 3 or 4.
Yes.
you would have to explain to her how the world works in terminology that a 3 or 4-year-old could understand.
She had a great vocabulary at 3 or 4, and I didn't have to change my words.
Okay, 2 or 3 then. Metaphor. Let's not get
Some
bogged
other
down.
little kid, maybe. Yeah.
Let's not get bogged down on your hyper intelligent daughter.
She was
But
fabulous.
a toddler. You have to explain how the world works to a
All
toddler.
right. So,
And you're not going to say,
why are you saying that human beings or anybody watching us only understands the idea of work and not doing something for nothing because you want to?
Yeah, everybody could, because they all do something. Well, let me rephrase that. Every spirit I have come into communication with does something. They have some activity that they do. Now we can only comprehend the absolute minimum of what they do. They communicate with us, they train us. We're the privileged ones on earth because we're the ones that are in communication with our guides. The vast majority of people, it's just feelings, it's just synchronistic.
Full-time mediums have to live. Yes, we do.
Agreed. But we're not, folks, don't get confused. We're not talking about mediums. We're talking about the people on the other side, the dead. We're saying I'm saying they have to earn a living as well. Earn a living is the wrong term. Earn a living is the wrong terminology. They have to do. Let's put it this way. I am a great believer that very, very soon AI is going to destroy the economy because people will not be able to earn a living. So the big companies and the governments are going to have to step in and give us what's called a basic minimum income. So that'll be like a welfare check. Hello, here's your $1,000 for this month to go and feed yourself. They're not going to do it. The companies are not going to do it because they're altruistic. They're going to do it because if you don't have money to spend, then nobody's going to buy their products. So the government will tax the companies and give it back to the citizens as money to spend. Now, if we all sit around and lounge like that on our basic minimum income, the world is going to, we are going to vegetate and die. So we're going to be motivated. I'm going to write the book I've never written. I'm going to go on a world tour of mediumship events that I don't have time to do just now because I'm too busy earning a living in other ways. Devi will do the same. Devi does creative arts. So Devi's going to create, I mean, I'm just making this up, but Devi's going to create a statue of whatever it is that she does at that size at the minute. It's going to become that size. And I'm talking metaphorically. Yeah, there you are. There's Patrick.
Absolutely. Well, first I need more room, but yes.
Yeah. So we've got all these spirits on the other side doing things. I mean, the universe gets explained by physics. Maybe there's spirits behind it. Maybe there's spirits turning cogwheels somewhere in a factory to produce stars. I don't know.
That would be hell.
Well, some people go to hell. Maybe that's what hell is.
I don't believe in hell. Or heaven, for that matter. It's just one place.
Yeah, I agree. But you see what I'm saying, though? We don't all go to the other side. I mean, here's a simple example of what I'm talking about. As mediums, we know that if a sitter comes to us and says, my loved one died 2 weeks ago, I want to get a message from them. My first statement is very simple. Well, your loved one can't come forward because they haven't been there long enough. They haven't learned how to communicate with us. You know, they may be able to come forward, but it's going to be a very, very weak message that we're going to get. You know, come back and see me in 4, 5, 6 months when your loved one has had enough time. And even then, when they come forward, it'll be another spirit that brings them forward. I mean, going to the other extreme, how many times, it's more than church work, you go to the church and there's somebody desperately, week in, week out, going, every medium brings another one of their loved ones forward, and they sit there and reject them all because it's not that one loved one that they want to bring forward. And they don't understand that if they would accept the ones that are coming forward, the other ones would probably help the one that they want to receive to come forward. And the chairperson at the church tells you after the service, that person that you went to that wouldn't take your message, they never take the message. And I know the loved one that died, and I can tell you were spot on. I've had that story told to me 10 times in 10 different churches about 10 different people.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm not talking about, one person that I've maybe met
No, that does happen a
years
lot.
ago. So again, bringing it back to the example that I started at, people on the other side have to learn how to communicate. They have to learn how to live on the other side. Now they don't develop those skills themselves. Somebody on the other side teaches them.
So you think there's a trainer in a uniform?
I don't know if they're in a uniform, but there are people there.
I
that are
think
gonna-
their loved ones and their ancestors tell them how to do it.
And what if you don't have any loved ones or ancestors?
Well, then hopefully there's some nice person waiting around for those of you who don't have anybody on the other side.
Yeah, but I would still define that as work. It doesn't matter who you're doing it for. You're still
It's not
gonna-
work. Don't you ever just do something because you want to, Mark?
Yeah, all the time. And I define that as work as well.
Okay, well.
Do
He
you
just wants to think that he's working all the time. He's not. Now I find out he's not working half as much as he really thinks, though. He just thinks reading is work. And so he'll read for 5 hours and tell me he was working for 5 hours.
Yeah, but I read things that are going to educate my mind. That are going to
not work.
improve. Yes, it is. It's training. Look.
All right, we have a fundamental disagreement here, and we will never come to terms with this.
Okay, Devi.
So,
Devi. You've heard the expression, it takes 20,000 hours to become an expert in anything.
No, I've never heard it before.
Right, well, it's a common expression amongst trainers. You have to take 20,000 hours out of your life to go and learn to become... I'm not talking about learning how to play an instrument and play a few notes. I'm talking about being an expert player with that instrument.
Yes.
Now, do you define all those hours as work? I do.
No.
An Olympic runner.
Because it's fun. And it's enjoyment. And it's thrilling.
And
I don't get paid for it.
But you don't get paid for half of what you do on the other side. But I would still define it as an activity that you're doing. Okay, let's rephrase.
No, well, see, you just never have fun. And that's the problem, Mark.
I never stop having fun.
No, you never do anything just for fun. Or
yes,
just for fun. No. There's always some way that you're going to be productive in there. Or...
Yeah, of course. But I enjoy being productive.
Yeah, well. Not all of us are Geminis or Virgos.
And then again, some of us are Geminis born of a twin.
And that's even scarier. You're a double Gemini.
It is when you meet my mother and her twin sister, trust me. Are you my mother or are you my aunt?
Yeah, she babysat, I'm sure, when you were a baby and you never knew.
No, I always knew the difference. I could wrap my mother around my finger. I couldn't wrap my aunt around my finger.
Oh, I see.
I'm actually too much like my aunt. I've got her same personality. Which is probably why I don't speak to my cousins. But then again, that's another story for another day.
Yeah. So tell us about your thoughts about the different levels on the other side.
Yeah. Basically, very simple expression, you're born to die. So you are born to pass through life and then cross over into the other side. And when you cross over to the other side, that's the equivalent of being born. And you're being born to pass through the next level of existence, to learn, to grow, to develop. In other words, to work. And then when you're ready...
They call it school, not work.
You will then pass over into the next level. And I'm quite sure there's a level above that and a level above that.
Probably, but then you don't believe in reincarnation, right?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I believe that reincarnation is possible, but I just asked the basic question, why would anybody bloody well want to come back to here?
Sometimes you don't get the choice.
You do. If anybody that comes back has chosen to come back.
Yes, because you have to choose to go, but you don't get a choice. It's not your choice.
Yes, it is.
No, I think you need to come back. If you have not risen to a certain level on Earth, then you're going to have to come back and keep going until you rise to that level in life before you can move on to life after death.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a very basic question then. Which person walking around, as they probably still are, which person walking around now was Adolf Hitler in the previous life?
I have no idea. Hopefully they're in jail.
But that's
Or
the logic.
maybe it's our current president.
But that's the logic of what you're saying.
Yes.
So think about this. The world is going to have to experience Donald Trump again.
Well, yeah, in another 80 years, probably.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
That means the earth can never progress forward because the people that are coming back are the ones that don't deserve to be here.
No, everybody gets to come back, and different people are at different levels, and not everybody's base.
No. You accepted my argument that the only people that were coming back, whether they were forced to or whether they chose to,
no, different people on Earth.
No. I was saying that the vast majority of people don't come back because they don't choose to come back, and you were saying to my countering my point that those that did come back were forced to come back.
Why? No, I mean, I would come back to try it again. I have many times.
I wouldn't.
That's because you're lazy. You work too hard in this life, and that's why.
No, because I want to go on to the next level.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm still working on my levels on Earth.
I want to get up to the next 25 levels.
If you're allowed.
Yeah, obviously. But you see, you're just reinforcing my very point. You said, why would anybody want to work? Well, there's the motivation. So they can go up to the next level.
Not everybody's motivated like that, Mark. Really. Not all of us have ambition.
Let me rephrase that for you. Not everybody has the motivation to get to die, but everybody goes through life. Everybody leads their life. Everybody works at life simply by being alive. They do activities. They contribute.
Working at life. Playing at life.
Same word, same definition. You're just looking at it from a different point of view.
It's a completely different attitude, Mark.
Every person is a member of society. Would you agree with that?
Not everyone. Most of us.
99.9% of us are members of society in that we're alive, we have somewhere to live, and we interact with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll accept
99% maybe. I will take the other 1% off.
Yeah, okay. 1% are hermits or social, whatever definition.
Live out in the middle of nowhere and just have no contact with other people.
Yeah, okay, fine. So 99% of people are going through life. That means they're born, they go to school, they go to a job, they earn a living, except for the very few that are mega rich, and even they would say they work. They have a family, they support their family, they look after their friends, they train their friends when they have to, they get trained, and they do that. Probably in your average life, you get trained about 4 or 5 careers in this modern world at various stages in your life.
I've had more
when those people were born, when they woke up in the crib looking up at money, did they say, oh, I've got to go through life to get to the other side of it and die? No, it's just that's society. That's what you have to do to exist. Whether it's society doing it to you or whether it's an effect of
society has nothing to do with it. That's the human condition. You're born and then you die.
Exactly.
What does that have to do with society?
Because on the other side, you're born, you arrive, call it whatever terminology you want. You have to interact with the other spirits, whether the spirits interact with you.
I'm sure there's spirits that go off by themselves somewhere.
Yeah, I'll agree, 1% of them. But 99%
of that after dealing with people all long.
So the basic point I'm trying to say is, okay, maybe take the work out of it. Take the argument about whether you're working. You're born, you live, you grow, you develop, you die. And the same thing happens on the other side. And when you die on the other side, you go to the next level. Call it whatever you want. The heaven after the heaven, the dimension above heaven. And when you get there, it repeats. But each time you're growing like that. Your awareness is higher. You can look back.
And every time you come back to Earth, your awareness is higher.
No, you don't come back to Earth. You go to the next level.
I'm not going to argue this anymore because we're about out of time.
I know.
Y'all will just have to make your own decision.
Yeah.
And Patrick, yes, you can grow your own food on your farm.
Leave it in the comments. Okay, folks, so just to wrap up, if you would like to get some training and come to one of our 2 now, remember that's 2 monthly open circles, go there, Scott Spirit Reigning, and register with us. If you want to get informed of all our future streaming events that we mentioned at the beginning, go to markstewartmedium.com/newsletter and you get it, register. Please remember, don't follow us on Facebook, not worth the time and effort. Go to YouTube at Scottish Medium. So that's Scottish with 2 T's, Medium. And look for our other events called Marc and His Cards and Walks on Sunday with Marc and Ying. Although, big secret, we don't film them on Sundays, we just stream them on Sundays. And remember, on YouTube, it will be deleted in 30 days.
It will be deleted in 30 days on Facebook, not on YouTube. It will be there forever on YouTube.
And if you don't want to go to our website, go to calendly.com, Marc Stewart Medium, open-circle-workshop, and you can register for the open circles directly there. Okay, well, I'd like to say I accept Devi's surrender that I am completely right.
We will probably go on after this, just saying.
Well, that's our half hour up. It's been a pleasure. We will be back next Tuesday with What Happens When You're Dead Part 2, because we're doing three streaming events on this spread over the 3 weeks. We're doing a walk on Sunday this week with myself and Ying, some point on Sunday. I can't remember what time. And I'm going to bed because it's too late here.
It's late where he is. It's late. So let him be.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.